It's Camera Boy TV again, and we'll be discussing pastors that have been sentenced to jail. First on my list is Pastor Samson Kolawole. This pastor is with the Pentecostal Church, and he is set to die by hanging for murdering one Mr. Ayo Olaniyi at a farm settlement within the Okibo axis in Ondo State. Justice Ademola Bola ruled that all evidence before the court in the last 4 years showed that Kolawole was guilty of killing Olaniyi following death machetes on the deceased head. Kolawole deserves to die by hanging. Moving on to the next on my list, I have Pastor Glory Aberefa and Reverend Vincent Opogo. This duo pleaded not guilty to each of the 16-count charges leveled against them by the EFCC, bordering on conspiracy to steal, and they were even sentenced to 1 year imprisonment on each of the 16 counts respectively. They are to begin the new jail term with the end of the initial 17 years they were sentenced to by the federal and state high courts in Delta State. This one is from one prison jail term to another one. No be here. The EFCC legal team followed and investigated a petition which fingered them in the stealing of 32 million naira. That's a whole lot of money, guys. That's a whole lot of money. The next person I'm going to be talking about is an Igbo pastor who is popularly known as Reverend King from Anambra State in Nigeria. He goes by the name Chukwuemeka Ezugo. He also became very popular in 2006 when he was accused of murdering a church member by name Ann Uzo. He was subsequently sentenced to death in January 2017, and his conviction was upheld by the Supreme Court on the 26th of February 2016. The next person on my list has a very pathetic story. His name is Pastor Clinton Kanu. This pastor happens to be a victim of police brutality, considering the fact that he was sentenced to death by hanging or firing squad after spending 13 years in jail without a trial for a crime he did not commit. Pastor Kanu was arrested for murder and sentenced to 27 years in prison on a death row without substantial evidence. However, he was released in April 2019 after his case was reviewed by the Supreme Court, and with no convincing evidence against him, the guy was freed. Pastor has lost his mother, his father, uncle, brother, properties, and a whole lot of other things. He even attempted to commit suicide while in prison. He was freed, but without any form of compensation. The last but not the least for today is a pastor who goes by the name Arowolo. A court sitting presided by Justice Latifat Okono handed down a death sentence to one of the youth pastors in RCCG as evidence proved he murdered his wife in their matrimonial home. What a sad story. A testimony which is in form of a forensic report from Professor John Obafunwa was that the High Court used in determining the victim could not have been killed by himself as the pastor alleged. The forensic report shows that Titilayo, who is the pastor's wife, was murdered through a 76 knife stab wound which were on various parts of her body, including her left eye, her right eye, and her upper chest area. The family also testified that they have always had troubles in their marriages. Guys, this is where we draw the wraps for today. Do well to join us on our social media handles. On Facebook, it is Camera Boy TV Igbo. On YouTube, it is Camera Boy TV. And on Instagram, it is cameraboy.tv Igbo. Do stay safe.